All right. First off, Kurt Tippmann, new head coach of Snider. First off, how does it feel to be called the new head coach of the Snider Panthers? And secondly, what has been the biggest transition for you guys and for the players as you take over for Russ Isaacs?
Well, it's exciting, number one. Excited to be associated with the Snider football program in whatever role. It's a great school, great coaching staff to work with, and a great group of kids. And so that's the best part. It's an exciting place to work. As far as differences, things have been pretty smooth as we've done all summer in years past, so not much there has changed. We've just been hard at work and getting ready for the season.
What are the main things that you take from Coach Isaacs and from Coach Hawley and from the guys in front of you that you learned that you're going to be applying to the Snider football program?
We will get as our works deserve. The foundation of our program is we will get how hard we work at it. As far as winning championships or winning the conference, state titles, if we work hard enough, we'll be in a position where we can compete at that level. If we don't work hard enough, we won't have that opportunity. We use what Coach Hawley and Coach Isaacs have set forth in the program. We use that every day. We've all kind of come up through that system, either as players or as assistant coaches, and so we see their teachings or the way they went about things. We see that on a daily basis.
Do you feel a little motivation from the way last season ended? I mean, you're talking about Andy's kick off the post. It's a heartbreaker. Carmel's a great football team. Mr. Football on their squad. How big of a motivating factor is it for these guys?
Well, funny you say that. We were leaving today to come over here, and Andy had his locker open, and he had the article in the paper the next morning taped to his locker. So I know that stuff's on their mind. But more importantly, we probably concentrate more on just working hard, getting better, because we know we always have goals of winning a conference and playing for a state championship, and so that doesn't change. So that would be our goal regardless of what happened last year. But certainly they've had a little taste of how close they could get maybe to winning the regional championship and beating a team like Carmel, so maybe that provides a little more motivation.
Where do you see the strengths for this football team, and what are some of the things you guys have to get hashed out before kickoff on August 21st?
Well, we have a good group of senior coming back, both on the offensive side and the defensive side. Our O-line will be anchored by a large group of seniors. Our running backs, our offensive backfield will be anchored by a good group of seniors. And then defensively, our defensive line, linebackers, and secondary each have a group of seniors that can contribute and will lead us. Our special teams, Andy will be coming back as the kicker. So we have seniors throughout all facets of the program that will lead us in the team this year.
All right, awesome. Appreciate it, Coach. Thank you.
Okay, go ahead.
Ready? All right, first off, got to get you to spell your first and last name for me, and then your position and class.
All right, DEVONRUSH. Then outside linebacker / strong safety, class 2010.
All right, Devin, just tell me a little bit about this Snider football team, what you guys need to do to be successful this coming year, some of the strengths and some of the things you need to work on, too.
I think our biggest strength right now is we're a pretty close-knit group, and it's helping us a lot. We compete at practice. I mean, this might sound bad, but the offense and defense, we hate each other at practice, and I think that's a good thing because we're competing all the time, and I think that'll help us a lot down the road.
Tell me a little bit about Coach Tippmann. Obviously, Russ Isaacs a staple for the Snider football program. What are some of the differences that you've seen, and what are some of the things that he brings to the table as the new head coach?
So far, it's been a real smooth transition. I mean, it really hasn't been that much of a difference. He's a smart guy. He's a nice guy. We all know him. He's been around. I mean, we were all kind of scared they were going to bring someone new in, so we're happy he's here. I mean, we're looking forward to playing for him this year.
As an ex-player and as a guy that's worked under Coach Isaacs, and for you, to have him as a DC, it had to be kind of a relief, but also, what his standards are.
Yeah, I mean, when he told us, he took us aside and kind of told us what was going on. I mean, we were all sad, but, I mean, we all decided that we got to play for each other. We're not going to let this stop our senior year from being great and working hard.
As far as you go, what's the biggest motivating factor? Is it that final game and just knowing that there was that one ball off the post? I mean, you guys are inches away from beating Carmel and advancing even further in the tournament.
Well, I mean, everything's motivation. I mean, we want to win, and I mean, we're going to work our tails off to do that. And I mean, we want to be successful for each other. So we're going to keep working hard at practice, and hopefully we succeed.
All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Go ahead.
All right. First off, got to get you to spell your first and last name for me. Tell me your position and what class you're in.
Zachary. But yeah, RNES. I play running back and defensive end in class of 2010.
All right. First off, Zach, just tell me a little bit about what you've seen throughout this entire offseason, and what are some of the strengths of the Snider football team going to be in 2009?
Toughness. That's the thing. We've been running a lot, and we just began through the runs, and we had a run test. You know what I'm saying? All the seniors passed, everybody. It's just mainly toughness this year.
Talk a little bit about you guys are obviously replacing some really good players. You know, Matt Elliott's been back there, quarterback for a while. I know Barrington got hurt. Ivan, a lot of guys to replace. How you guys go about doing that, and is that a motivating thing for you guys, knowing you got a lot of good players to replace?
Well, we also had a lot of good players like coming from reserve and backups and stuff. You just would have never really known it because of them, but they've been stepping up and doing everything right.
What's the biggest key for you guys, you think, then?
I don't know.
Well, as far as this goes, Coach Tippmann obviously different from Coach Isaacs. What are some of the similarities that you've seen, and what are some of the other things that he brings to the table as well?
It's basically all the same. It's tradition, and it's just they said like nothing would really change, and it really did. And he's still a great coach, just like Coach Ike. So it's all the same.
What are you most looking forward to about this upcoming season?
Playing to win. That's the biggest game. That's what we want.
Talk about the SAC. It's you, Dwenger, Lures all lost a bunch of good players. It seems really wide open. How do you approach that going into the season?
There's still a lot of good players left. This is going to be like good competition this year in the SAC, and it's open for anyone to win the championship.